Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Federico Talks Watches. I'm joined today by my partner, John. How you doing, buddy?
Good, how are you?
Chillin'. I figured we'd get together and, now that we're a little further into these couple of months of turmoil, we discuss the watch market a little bit. Prices, are they going up or down? Good time to buy, bad time to buy? That sort of thing.
Actually, I changed my mind. I'm actually not that good. I'm tired.
You're tired?
Yeah, you know why?
Why?
We just posted and took in double the amount of watches we ever have before at delraywatch.com. Pretty much doubled our inventory, and there's a lot of pretty cool things we have in there.
Yeah.
Stuff that...
Vintage Breitling Chronomatics, vintage Cartier, modern Rolex,
Tudor Big Block.
Tudor Big Block,
yeah. Like 40% below
market value. Yeah, check out the Tudor Big Block. That's super cool as well, amongst other things. But before we get started, what are you wearing? I'm rocking the Hulk today.
Vintage IWC automatic watch, retailed and signed by Turler.
Ooh, very cool. You picked that up in LA, right?
I picked it up.
All right. Well, buddy, so let's kind of talk about the market today. We're into what, like week 9, week 10 of this quote-unquote turmoil.
I don't know.
And I'd like to, what have you seen? Like, you've been buying, you've been analyzing the numbers. What have you honestly seen happening in the watch market?
So there's more than a handful of trends I've been noticing with watches right now, but we are seeing a pullback in many, if not most, of the references out there. So there's still some hot models like the Daytona ceramic bezel, as well as some of the APs and some of the Pateks, including 50-11 Nautilus, and some of the others in their contemporary lineup. But largely, a lot of the market has pulled back in terms of pricing.
I agree for the most part. Now, while I'm not taking a data-driven approach as you are, I'm just being honest with you guys. I'm more the sales guy here, right? So I'm just talking about my experience with talking to customers and buying watches from other dealers. I think the ones that have taken the biggest hit are the ones you just mentioned. Some things are holding. The Daytona's kind of holding. But it's like the hot watches that I think were overpriced are taking the biggest hit. I think other models, I'm just pick a random one, used GP or used Zenith. I think prices have gone down a little bit, marginally, but I think they were so undervalued to begin with that there isn't a huge difference in that market. I just think the hype watches have fallen, or at least that's kind of what I've realized.
So it's some of the hype watches, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like the Hulk has not taken a hit.
Not really. Yeah,
and
you're right.
5711, not really.
Well, it started to in the beginning.
It's pretty much there. It depends who you ask and where you go.
Fair.
But there's just as few available.
Mm-hmm.
It's, the Submariners, the GMT Masters, even some of the Pepsis.
Oh, yeah.
Those have certainly taken a hit.
Root Beer took a big hit. Pepsi took a big hit. Batman and Batgirl took a big hit.
You know what else I saw? Vintage watches up to about the $20,000 price point have taken a hit. We're seeing 5513s, full links trading at $9,000, $8,000, and previously we were looking at closer to 13, 14, depending on condition.
Yeah,
just a year ago.
Guys, this is not a taboo subject. It's the truth. We just came off the hottest the watch market's ever been, and now we're talking about possibly one of the biggest recessions in our lifetime. So the watch market is going to fluctuate a little bit, absolutely. Now, let me ask you this question. Is it a good time to buy, or would you not? I'll think if you were in the market.
It depends. If you're in the market and you're looking for a watch, now is not a bad time because we see other dealers selling us their inventory. We'll be very honest about it. Other dealers are selling us their inventory at all-time lows, to be quite honest with you. And so if you do need a watch or you want a watch, now is not that bad of a time because you're getting a much better price than you'd get 6 months ago. Now,
sure, I don't think we need to say this, but I'm sure someone's going to say it in the comment section.
Yep.
Yes, don't be irresponsible and spend your money during a downturn, yada, yada, yada. We're not here to tell you what to do with your money. What you do is your own decision. We're just telling you, if you're going to buy a watch, is it a good or bad decision? We're not telling you to not feed your family to buy a watch. I just feel like...
Yeah, do not do that.
I mean, I feel like that's pretty common sense, but I know some schmuck in the comment section is going to say that.
That's generally good advice year round, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly.
So
what's changing right now?
And so,
Don't be irresponsible.
Could the prices go even a little bit lower? Yeah, sure. I mean, if you really want to wait and
really
gamble
hard to say.
And take 5% lower, like...
It is hard to say. It is really hard to say. I think now, and we're very open about it as watch dealers, I think customers have more leverage than they used to. That being said, dealers aren't going to drop their pants either. It all depends how much the dealer is hurting, and generally, and once again, not to get hate, but telling the truth, dealers would rather dump their inventory to another dealer than to the public. Right? Because
in bulk.
Dealing with a dealer is A, they can buy in bulk. B, you don't have to worry about warranties. C,
credit cards,
fees. D, and you don't have to answer 1,000 questions and hold someone's hand while also taking a loss on the inventory. So I think dealers are dumping most of their stock to other dealers because it's much easier to do business with. And in turn, I think the public can get some pretty decent prices. I do think right now is pretty much a good time. I'm not saying watch sales are at all-time high. Not everybody has a disposable income. But if you do have the disposable income, I think right now the market's pretty low. It's a good time to spend those watch savings.
Yeah, the way I also see it is a lot of prices on a lot of watches, we're looking at pricing 5 years ago, right? Mm-hmm. So if there's a watch and you're like, wow, it really escaped me in terms of pricing. To give you a perfect example, a Batman. Batman is a perfect example. These were trading at
14 and a half, 15?
A few years ago, but 5 years ago, closer to retail price.
Sure.
$8,000, something like that. And now you might have to hunt, but there's some of these that are out there.
I don't know quite about 8, but I do know I've seen them
10.
In like the high 9s, the 10s. Yeah, absolutely. And that's a very big difference. As you pointed out, it's like pricing 5 years ago, before the craziness. So, I mean, it is, I think now, if you are liquid and you are looking to buy a watch, you could do a lot worse. And once again, we're not trying to motivate you to sell you watches during a downturn time, a time of turmoil, but once again, we do this every day, so we might as well tell you what we see. That being said, on a personal note, prices are down, but sales aren't really down. We're selling.
They're really not, and that's a good point. What if someone wants to trade out of a watch or sell their watch? Is now a good time, do you think?
No. I can tell you, and this is, once again, just being honest, us and every other dealer are paying bottom of the market. It's just, no one wants to spend money right now to stock inventory when prices are low.
But it's just risk, right? It's not necessarily the value of the watch.
No, it's just risk. It's people. It's people mitigating risk. So yeah, I mean, not a great time to sell a watch, but a fantastic time to buy one. Which does hurt business a little bit because you need to buy to sell. So it's not going to last forever. But I will happily report that, knock on wood, not trying to toot our own horns, but things could be a lot worse.
But I've even noticed, though, that so it's not that there's been a decrease of business, but the industry as a whole is transitioning, wouldn't you say?
Oh, absolutely. Everything is going online. Brick and mortar stores, they're closed right now, but I think a lot of them aren't going to reopen. Trend is moving to online shopping, where prices are generally lower anyway, and I just think, it's 2020, man. I just think opening a store is kind of passé.
Yeah, I know. There's going to be 3 guys in the comment section that say, I will never spend money without putting it on my wrist. And then you'll never spend money because there'll be nowhere to put it on your wrist.
And fair enough. Listen, I get those guys, but the truth is, we've sold thousands of watches, and no one's tried anything we've ever sold on. Ever.
And really no problems either.
No, do your research before you buy something online, but no, generally it's been pretty smooth sailing. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Anyway, guys, that's our thoughts on the market today. It's very layman, not super in-depth, but kind of from us to you guys so you can, see what you want to do, whether you want to buy a watch or sell a watch. But anyway, guys, don't forget to subscribe to John. Link to his channel in the description below. Congratulations on 20,000 subscribers to John as well.
Already?
Yeah, well, you did it, I think, last week.
Wow. Well, I'm no Federico Talks Watches.
Not yet. Not yet. But guys, thank you so much, and we'll catch you in the next one. Take care.